Hey guys, well today I'm going to try to use up some of my leftover venison. It's real close to hunting season. Actually tomorrow's hunting season, rifle season, deer season for me. So I still got a little bit of venison left in the freezer, and I thawed out a couple of decent sized roasts, and we're going to go split them up into jerky like sizes, and I want to try and make jerky out of them using this open fire. I'll kind of, in just a second here, we'll go around and show you what I did here. It's kind of off and on, rain and snowing. It's mid-30s, something like that right now. But basically all I did is I made a windbreak in the back, used some oak slabs of bark for some windbreak, and also, a regular couple of sticks, and then 4 sticks, and then jammed some decent-sized saplings in there for a windbreak. And then I just cut these boughs and put them over the top to kind of help keep most of the rain out. What I want to do right now is kind of light this fire. It's going to stay lit a lot better. It's going to go a lot better if the tinder isn't damp. It can get wet later on maybe, but right now I need to get it lit. I was going to kind of show more of this, but then it started raining and I didn't really want to get my camera too messed up. But one thing, you probably can't see it, I'm sorry about that, but one thing a lot of people do is put a decent sized log or piece of firewood for their fire lay. You don't necessarily have to do that if you don't have one just handy, or if you want a little smaller fire. What I've done is I've taken some of these little smalls and still left them all, spread out with their branches and stuff, and just stuck them in the ground, and then that's going to be my fire lay where I put my smalls on top of it. Now, I'm going to use matches. I really don't care for matches, and you'll probably see why here in just a second. It didn't work too bad, but matches are very unreliable in my opinion. Alright, I'm just going to let her die down. I obviously don't want to catch my boughs on fire, and hopefully it won't. Actually, it's going to be close. Anyway, it'll be fine. This is what I've done here. No big deal. Now, one thing I see a lot of people make a mistake of, and I say I need to tend my fire, my wood kind of all on the top of each other. Let me take care of that real quick. Alright, now it's going pretty good. I don't want to get it any higher than that for sure. I just want to build up a base of coals. It's real moist here. I want to dry out the ground. I want to get, this is just aspen poplar, so it's not going to leave me any very good coals. I don't really have any oak that I want to use. But this will dry out the ground and get me some coals down there, something to work with. One thing I see when I see people do this, when they make jerky over an open fire, they think they need to smoke it. And maybe if you're in the jungle, or maybe if you're in the dead of summer where it's 85, 90 degrees and the flies are buzzing around and stuff like that, maybe you need to add some smoke to it and stuff. And I have heard that the smoke will help take care of the bacteria. But if you dehydrate this meat to brittle status, when you grab it, if you want to keep it long term, and this isn't just something you're going to eat today or something, you want to keep it for months, you take it and you snap it, and it snaps. You don't need to smoke it. And you can add some salt to it, you can add some seasoning, stuff like that that's going to help it. But the smoke, if you've never smoked meat, if you smoke it too much, it tastes horrible, in my opinion. Just absolutely horrible. It's a very strong, acidic, bitter, it's just a very sharp taste. So these evergreens up here are primarily to keep the rain and the snow out. They are to kind of help keep some of the heat in as well, but it's not to keep the smoke billowing around there. Am I going to add some smoke to it? Sure, but very sparingly, and you'll see the process. So anyway, I'm going to get this stuff going, and let's go take care of the jerky. Let's go take care of the meat. I'm just going to cut it into 1/4 inch strips. Try to do the best I can to get it 1/4 inch. It really helps if you cut this up while it's still frozen. It's not frozen solid, but it's pretty frozen. Makes it a lot easier to cut. Cut the roast into slabs. Okay, I'm just going to keep going. Okay, well you can see I've taken the bowels off of it. That's just going to make it easier for me to put the meat on and stuff. And you can see with like I was saying, I don't really want all this smoke, but just with the wood being this wet, it's gonna produce a lot of smoke. They have thawed out a little bit. Alright, I'm just going to keep filling up this rack. I could have them a little bit closer, it wouldn't hurt. I don't know if you can tell, but some of these I've skinned. I've taken the outer bark off. Some of them I have not. I was skinning them because I was afraid that the bark was going to transfer a flavor to the meat. I got tired of skinning it, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Well, I took the bowels off. It was just too smoky in there, and it's not snowing or raining anymore. And I was going to go inside and do some stuff, but this is really taking a lot of fire management here, and I'm screwing with it a little too much here, getting the ashes going. But it's the type of wood that I'm using. It flares up, burns hot, and then goes out. So I really wish I had some oak. I might sacrifice some of my winter wood supply. I don't really want to, but I might have to, because you can tell the flames are just way too high right now. Pull some of this off. Maybe get a little heat out towards the end here. There, something like that. I want to be able to hold my hand here basically with no problems. And I am, even though you can see the flames up there pretty high. With taking the bowels off, it's allowing some of this heat to escape. Which is what I want. So that's not bad right there. Okay, for me, let's see if you can see this. For me, this is perfect, okay? This piece snapped right away. Maybe a little bit too done, but I'd rather have it too done if I'm going to store it for a long time than not done enough. Now this piece here, okay, that snapped too, but there was this piece here that's got a little bit more moisture in it. That's okay. When I store this, it's gonna keep drying out for the next couple hours or so, or hour, whatever. It's gonna keep drying out, so it's actually gonna be a little bit drier than that. And even though I've been just absolutely dying from the smoke here, it's basically because I'm using wet wood, and that's all I have. I kind of was behind in cutting wood, but anyway, it was basically the perfect amount of smoke, because I've seen guys make these before, and they totally make this huge roof confining area thing for the smoke, and the smoke just sits there and spirals around this meat, and to me it just absolutely ruins it. I mean, if you have that acidic, hardcore smoke taste, it's not good. Let me see if this piece is done. Okay, hear that? Perfect. That's pretty good. I'll eat that all day long in the deer stand. Also, like I said before, you make it this crunchy, and it's good for real long-term storage. Plus, if you reconstitute it, like in your ramen or something like that, it makes a pretty darn good meal. Now this one, super springy, not done. I'm going to take the ones that are done off of here and kind of condense everything. Okay guys, well I know you can't see me too good, but you know, it's taking a, you know, it's getting darker, so it's daylight savings time kind of sucks sometimes. But I got some of the stubborn pieces left on here, and even though the fire looks high, you know, it's starting to get a little chilly out here. It's still about 35 or so out right now, but I can still keep my hand here no problem, and that's giving me some good heat to dehydrate this meat. Yeah, so I was, oh, a bunch of spruce needles went in there. Anyway, I was able to collect most of it so far, and it is very crispy. But it's got very good flavor. And this will last forever. I mean, a long time. And if you want to make pemmican, something like that, you want it crispy like this. You want it all chewy like the store-bought stuff, go do it inside the house with a dehydrator or something like that, or sit here and tend the fire like super good. But then that stuff's not going to last quite as long. You're going to want to refrigerate it, something like that. I like this stuff. It's crunchy. It's not super chewy. It doesn't hurt your jaws. Super awesome flavor. Heck yeah, I'm ready for deer hunting tomorrow for sure. Yep. I'm going to add a little more heat to this sucker, try to get, maybe I won't. It's actually like the perfect temperature right now. Anyway, hope you guys liked the video. You take care, and good luck hunting if you're hunting tomorrow.